looking back at the convention, reading through a few articles, I saw that there were times where other delegates were not too happy with the way things were going because they said that issues sometimes weren't addressed fully, that people were more focused on up-and-coming candidates for the governor's position. So could you go into that? Tell me how you feel a little bit about that.
You know, I have mixed feelings on it, Temi, because the conventions are you only have two big conventions.
Right.
So you have the platform convention, then you have the nominating convention.
Right.
Anybody thinking about running for office statewide will always go to these platform conventions and try to get a speaking role.
Right.
You know, politicians love microphones. As show hosts love microphones and cameras, so do politicians. If I were to give suggestions to the Democratic Party and say, you know, your conventioneers who go to these things, this is a new group of convention goers that are issues oriented. They're not there for the parties that take place beforehand or the breakfasts. They're there because they're passionate. It's not like the old-time delegates with the hats and the donkeys. And we saw very little of that at this convention. What we did see was a lot of people pushing their issues. So in order to give that amount of time dedicated to the actual platform issues, I think they're going to have to revamp the number of speakers. Now, it's tradition when you are at your party's convention that if your governor is a Democrat, he gets to speak. If he's not going to come, then the lieutenant governor comes. Well, in Massachusetts, because we have a Republican governor, a Republican lieutenant governor, they didn't speak for obvious reasons. But then we had, you know, the Attorney General. We had two United States senators, both Senator Warren and Senator Markey spoke. That's kind of giving it to them as respect. You let your senior senators speak. I'm not quite sure why we had to hear from the auditor, the state auditor. Maybe even I like Maura Healey, but I'm not quite sure if we need to hear from the Attorney General. So if I were to give my opinion, I would say limit your number of speakers, because that took up 4 hours of the convention. Yeah. Another 3 hours was dedicated to the platform. So I guess I agree, but I disagree. There's a nuance in there. You have to let certain elected officials speak, but maybe not all of them.